Okay, welcome everyone. Okay, there you are. Okay, well, waiting for the others. Okay, so I think you might be wondering why did I give you the picture of the skills that you have learned? Does anyone have any idea why did I give you the skills that you have learned? It's okay if you can answer it in bahasa Indonesia. Ada yang tahu kenapa I put the skills that you have learned before? Anyone knows? Hmm? Yes? Anyone? Come on, say something. Eh? Yes? We have Badria, Zainuddin, Winda, Firdayanti, Musa, Minang, Winda, and Susi. Let's start with Susi. Susi, do you have any idea? Susi, can you unmute yourself?
I have just entered this Zoom, sir. Baru aja masuk. Kenapa pertanyaannya, sir?
It's okay. We just join. Okay. Anyone who has finished? I think if I check this, okay, already 5 responses, right? Okay. Okay. Winda, Zainuddin already finished. Good. Okay, both Winda. So why? Any Winda? Let's start with Winda Firda.
Yes, sir.
Why did I put the skills that you have learned from skill 1 until skill 6?
I got many lessons, sir.
Okay. Zainuddin? Any idea?
Yes.
Zainuddin, do you have any idea why I put the skills that you have learned? Now, okay, so I'm going to be quick because we only have 90 minutes starting today. As what is it? As of the Ramadan month, we only have 90 minutes for the session. So because I believe you're going to be what is it? At least you will consume a lot of energy since you have to do 3 sessions in one day. So, okay, let's start with this. Okay. So to understand what it is, we have to start from the idea. We have to start with the idea, okay, or of the whole structure in English. Okay, so okay, so here we are. So when we talk about the structure in English, like this. So this is what you can start with. So when we talk about structure in English, we have what we call a letter, and then when we combine letter into a meaningful one, we have word. Okay, and when we combine a word or two, it becomes phrase. And later, when we combine again, when this construction contains subject and verb, we call it as clause. Okay? Yeah. Example like this, when you say something, the word something is a word, right? Okay? And then you say, told me something, tell me something, right? Yeah. It's already clause or a phrase, okay? Depending on how you say it. Okay? Yeah. Now, what is a sentence? A sentence is a clause. Why? Because both have the same construction. Both must have subject and verb. Remember, a sentence is a clause, but a clause is not a sentence. Why? Because the idea is a sentence is a meaningful construction. Okay, so it doesn't only contain a subject and verb, but it also must be meaningful. Okay, how about clause? Clause? No, clause is only subject and verb. That's it. Whether it is meaningful or not, it doesn't matter. Like, for example, like this. Yes, he told me something. This is a clause. That he was studying is also a clause. As you can see here, it doesn't have meaning that he was studying. You have to put something here that he was studying. But when you say he was studying only, it is a clause and it is also a sentence, right? So this is why a clause and a sentence are somehow it's a bit different. Okay. And then later when we talk about sentences, we have what we call as more sentences. Later we will discuss. Okay. And then when we talk about clause, we have two kinds of clause. One is what we call as main clause, and two is subordinate clause. Why? Because as you can see here, he told me that he was studying. This is actually a sentence. But this sentence contains two clauses. There are two clauses here in this sentence. The first, he told me, this is a sentence. Sorry, a clause. That he was studying is also a clause. But he was studying is actually part of this bigger clause. So that's why he told me here is the main clause, while that he was studying is the subordinate clause. Or sometimes we also call it independent and dependent. Why? Because he told me can stand alone and it has a meaning. It is meaningful. But for that he was studying, it can stand by itself. It requires bigger sentence, bigger clause. So that's why we call it as, we can also call the dependent clause as subordinate and the main clause as independent. Okay. Now, the next is we have more about sentences. Okay. So as we already learned before that a clause is not a sentence. Okay. Why? Because sentence contains of several types. The first is simple sentence, which we call as independent clause. A single independent clause, we also call it a simple sentence. Why? Because it only consists of subject and verb. Only single subject, single verb. Okay, and then we have compound sentence. When we talk about compound sentence, it means we combine two sentences, two independent clauses. Okay, and normally we combine using and or but. Okay, yeah, yeah. And then we have the third one, complex sentence. This is what we are going to discuss today. Complex sentence contain two different clauses. The first is main clause, and the second is the subordinate clause, or the first is the main clause is the independent one, the one that has already meaning, and The second one is dependent one. Okay. And then when we talk about subordinate clause, it means it could be in the form of noun clause, adjective clause, and adverbial clause. Okay. But remember, in one complex sentence, there is only main clause, but it can contain more than one subordinate clauses. Okay. So a sentence may contain one main clause, but it has more than one subordinate clauses. Okay, so example like when we talk about the subject and also we want to give some information about the verb. Okay, sorry, the object. Okay, like uh, he bought a Ferrari. Uh, Maybe we need to give information about who. So maybe we can add he who is the richest man in town. Now we use who as the connectors. And then we have Ferrari. Maybe some of you are not familiar with the Ferrari, so we give information, which is an expensive sport car. So that's how we make sentences. So remember, okay, you have to make it clear that when we talk about sentence, there is also a term that we call as a clause. Okay. Next, let's move on into what we are going to discuss. As you can see here, today we only going to talk about reduced adjective clause. Since adjective clause is the subordinate clause, it means that we are going to reduce is the subordinate clause, not the main clause. Okay, let's move.
Sir, I'm sorry I
Oh
interrupt.
yeah, okay, yes.
Some friends request to that maybe you can explain to us in bahasa, sir. Karena kami mencoba belajar
Okay, good.
materi ini agak lumayan udah masuk ke level lebih tinggi gitu, sir. Jadi ya
Okay,
di-combine
good.
aja, sir.
Okay, thank you for your suggestion. Okay. Okay, let me repeat. So, apabila kita bicara clause atau sentence, right? So, we are talking about dua hal yang berbeda. Karena clause itu tidak, atau dalam bahasa Indonesia disebutnya klausa. Klausa itu bisa berdiri sendiri dan bisa juga tergantung dari yang lain. Sementara sentence itu sudah mempunyai arti, berarti dia sudah bisa berdiri sendiri. Dan dalam bahasa Inggris, mereka punya kesamaan. Dua-duanya harus mempunyai subjek dan juga verb. Okay? Atau kita bisa bilang yang dulu kita bahas, bisa berarti, verb itu bisa berarti kata kerja, bisa berarti predikat. Okay? Tergantung kita melihatnya dari sisi mana. Okay? Apakah sebagai function in the sentence atau sebagai part of speech. Okay? And then, kemudian kalau kita bicara clause, okay, ada dua macam clause, okay, yaitu the main clause dan subordinate clause. Atau kadang kalau kita kalau istilah bahasa Indonesia adalah klausa induk, okay, atau kadang di sini bilangnya di dalam bahasa Indonesia adalah anak kalimat. Masalahnya kita menerjemahkan kalimat sebagai sentence, not a clause. Sementara kalau bahasa Indonesia kita bilangnya adalah kalimat induk dan anak kalimat. Okay, so that's what we are going to discuss. Kemudian seperti ini bahwa anak kalimat atau dependent atau subordinate clause ini akan kita discuss karena mereka berupa adjective clause. Okay. Dan kita hari ini akan fokus how and why, and then in the TOEFL test, okay, what we are going to have as problem. Okay. Sekarang we are going to discuss adjective clause. Okay, ya. Yeah. Yeah. So as you can see dalam TOEFL itu you will be test about your ability. Salah satu yang akan mereka akan teskan adalah apakah sejauh mana kita bisa mengenali adjective clause and adjective phrases. Okay, adjective phrase itu yang kita reduce dari adjective clause. Yang adjective clause kita potong jadi dia menjadi adjective phrase. Okay. And then you must be able to recognize correct and incorrect usage. Ini akan diteskan di TOEFL. Okay. Nah, you'll be surprised. Okay, yeah, that if you say tadi ada yang apa? Ada tadi yang kita apa? Bilang ini susah. No, justru today's lesson itu yang paling mudah. Let me see. Let me show you how. Okay, yeah, and then number 2, adjective clause come after the noun that modify. Ya, karena kalau kita bicara clause itu dulu ketika kita bicara subject, verb, adjective, kita selalu berkata bahwa adjective comes before the noun. Like beautiful girl. Kita nggak bilang girl beautiful, but beautiful girl. Okay? And then when we say red car, kita nggak bilang car red, right? But karena dia memodi di sini, karena dia sebagai bentuknya adalah adjektif dalam arti lebih panjang, maka dia datangnya setelah kata yang dia terangkan. So adjective clauses come after the nouns that they modify. Okay. Okay, and then adjective clause itu biasanya dalam bentuk relative clauses. Kenapa kita bilang relative clauses? Karena dia itu sebagai pengganti dari pronoun, right? Like who, which, or that. Itu kan menggantikan subjek di klausa sebelumnya. Okay. And then adjective clauses can also begin with the subordinates. Bisa juga dia dimulai dengan where, when, and why. Okay. Nanti kita akan bahas kenapa ini saya pisahkan. Okay. Walaupun where, when, and why itu juga termasuk relative clauses. Okay. Tapi kita pisahkan menjadi dua. Nanti akan kita bahas. Okay. Next, these are the rules of reduced clause. Of course, ini rules ini hanya untuk patokan when we want to change. Okay. Sekaligus juga a kind of rules that will help you when you identify the correct reduced clause in the TOEFL test. Okay. So the rules, it doesn't change the meaning. Jadi walaupun kita mengubah sedikit, tidak akan mengubah arti atau makna dari kalimat tersebut. Okay. And the subject of the subordinate clause is the same as the antecedent. Okay. What does it mean? Ya, ini yang tadi kenapa saya pisahkan, right? So when we talk about reduced clause, okay, the subject of the subordinate clause is the same as the antecedent. Kalau kita menggunakan kata when, where, atau why, itu mereka fungsinya sebagai relatif connectors biasa dan akan dimulai dengan subject. Like for example like this. Let's meet on Saturday. Why Saturday? Yeah, Saturday is Saturday which I don't have to go to work. So let's meet on Saturday on which I don't have to. So which I itu kan dimulainya dengan subject. Okay? Jadi kita tidak bisa mereduce. Yang kita bisa reduce itu adalah bila connectors-nya diikuti oleh verb atau kata kerja. Dan connectors yang diikuti oleh kata kerja itu hanya who, which, and what. Cuma ada 3. Who, which, and that for what. Who, which, and that. Okay. So, let me repeat. So, jadi kalau connectors-nya itu adalah where, when, atau why, itu tidak bisa di-reduce. Okay. Bahkan whose pun tidak bisa di-reduce. Whom pun tidak bisa di-reduce. Why? Karena setelah connectors itu, kita harus meletakkan subject. Okay. Ya. And then, yang bisa di-reduce adalah kalau connectors adalah who, which, and that. Okay. Now, we are talking about logic. Kenapa ini bisa hanya who, which, and that? Karena who, which, and that itu nanti akan dibuang. akan dibuang dari kalimat tersebut. Why? Karena dia sudah menggantikan the antecedent. Antecedentnya ada di situ. Jadi kita tidak butuh lagi. Yeah. And then the to be, like kalau ada am, is, are, atau was, atau were, then it is also omitted. They are also omitted. Mereka juga harus kita buang. Tidak akan kita pakai lagi. And then active subordinate. Nah, ya. Untuk yang aktif, kalimat aktif kita gunakan ing, kita ganti menjadi ing. Sementara kalau pasif kita menjadikan verb 3. Or active subordinate clause verb becomes present participle, while passive becomes past participle. Yeah. Meaning, what does it mean? Let's continue. Ya. Oh ya, ini additional. Ya. Kalau memang mereka menggunakan komanya tetap kita terapkan. Ya. Jadi komanya tidak kita hilangkan. Ya, this is the whole. Ini garis besarnya, or this is what we call as the conclusion. Ini kesimpulannya seperti ini. Ya. Next, kenapa I give you this? Because today kita sebetulnya cuma mengulang yang sudah dibahas sebelumnya oleh dosen-dosen yang lain. So when we reduce the structure, we reduce the adjective clause, the key are here. Kuncinya ada di sini semua. Jadi hari ini sebetulnya kita hanya mengulang. Atau kadang kalau saya bilang ya TOEFL itu gitu-gitu aja rumusnya actually. Cuma segitu. When we talk about structure. Yeah. So here example when we talk about subject and then verb. Kalau kita masih ingat bahwa di TOEFL itu salah satu problem that they will put adalah double subject atau double verb. And then waktu itu ada bilang bahwa then be careful of objects of prepositions, right? And then objects of prepositions itu kenapa sering bermasalah? Karena kadang kita tidak bisa membedakan mana yang subjeknya. Kenapa mana yang subjeknya? Karena after preposition comes the objects, and then the objects of prepositions are also a noun. Karena object of preposition itu adalah noun. And then juga ada bahas appositive. Appositive itu adalah phrases yang memberi arti atau menggantikan posisi subjek. And then itu ada yang mungkin baru minggu lalu dibahas. Be careful of present participles and past participles. Ini dua-duanya mengacu ke aktif dan pasif. And then this is connected in complex sentences. Why? Ini kita ke sini. So if you see this, number one yang soal yang tadi kalian sudah kerjakan, look at this. The fir trees were grown for holiday season were harvested. As you can see here, there are two verbs here. Ini ada double verbs. Were grown and were harvested. Now the question, salahnya di mana?
Were ground, sir.
Good. Salahnya were ground. Maksudnya were-nya hilang. It should be omitted. Ini yang tadi dibilang, the use adjective clause itu kita tidak menggunakan to be lagi. Right? Kalau kita gunakan to be ya seperti ini, jadi double verbs. That's why we reduce the to be. We omit the to be. Right? And then kita muncul ground di sini. Ya karena sudah were ground itu berarti ini pasif, berarti ini verb 3 or past participle. Berarti so the answer is were ground. In the problem that I give you the word which. Right? Yeah. The fir trees, which were ground for the holiday seasons, were harvested in November. Kenapa I give you example? Ya, because kalau kita gunakan which di sini, kalimatnya menjadi benar. Karena which itu sebagai adjective clause. Jadi harus diletakkan relative clause-nya di sini. Tanpa relative clause, dia menjadi dua verbs. And automatically it is incorrect. Jadi, pilihannya dua. Kita gunakan full adjective clause. The sentence will be, the fir trees which were ground for the holiday season were harvested. Atau kita reduce clause. And remember, reduce clause-nya itu adalah dengan cara kita omit relative clause-nya, which-nya kita buang, kita omit were-nya juga. So, kalimatnya menjadi the fir trees grown for holiday season were harvested. Oke?
Sir, maaf sir.
Yes, oke.
Tadi kalau misalkan which-nya tetap diadakan, berarti itu jadi adjective.
Yes, adjective clause, and it is correct.
Oh,
Right.
oke. Berarti benar ya sir kalau misalkan the fir trees which were grown.
Yes, that's correct. Jadi, the idea
Okay.
is of today's lesson itu adalah bagaimana membenarkan soal-soal yang salah di dalam TOEFL. Pilihannya cuma satu. Pilihannya dua. We use the complete adjective clause atau reduce. Kalau kita reduce, caranya adalah yaitu tadi kita buang connectors atau relative clause-nya atau relative pronoun-nya, which, who atau that, dan juga to be-nya. Now look at ini soal nomor 2. Okay, hopefully you remember, right? She had started her job long before graduated from university. Soal seperti ini sangat umum di TOEFL test. Karena ini kesannya adalah graduated kan past tense. Betul, past tense. But remember, ini ada kata before.
Before.
Oke, ya. Ini before ini juga kan sama. Harus diikuti dengan noun.
Noun, sir.
Okay. Kalau graduated itu berarti dia sebetulnya adalah pasif, dia diluluskan. Padahal mestinya adalah before graduating from university. Oke, ya. Next, ini apositif. Apositif sama kasusnya dengan di atas, right? Ini is, and then ada used to be. So is ini verb, used to be juga verb. So it means, yeah, one of them are wrong. Salah satunya harus kita omit. And then to do that, we will have to identify. Sebetulnya yang main clause-nya yang mana? Apakah J.K. Rowling is the author of Harry Potter series atau J.K. Rowling used to be an English teacher?
J.K. Rowling used to be an English
teacher. Why? Karena the author of Harry Potter series ini adalah the appositive of this. Karena dia dia positif, berarti isnya kita buang. Gitu. Atau kita kembalikan ke full adjective clause. Who is the author of Harry Potter series used to be an English teacher. Okay, so that's the idea of this reduced adjective clause. Jadi reduced adjective clause itu semacam jembatan untuk what is it, the case of or the problems of the TOEFL yang kemarin sudah dibahas, right? Karena memang ini ada double verbs, ya verbsnya kita buang atau kita tambahkan menjadi adjective clause. Tapi kalau what is it, if we talk about being efficient, kalau kita bicara efisiensi atau being effective, ya sudah kita buang saja langsung word-nya itu. Okay, the same thing happen with this. Sama juga dengan yang ini, right? Yeah. As you can see here, we have present participle berarti active. The woman wore a unique necklace was my manager. Okay, ini juga sama karena ini ada was, ada were, kesannya dua-duanya passive, but as you can dua-duanya past tense. But as you can see here, ini selalu ada dua verb. Ada wore, ada was. Berarti kalimat ini salah. Oke, and then how to make it? Ya, kita tahu bahwa ini kalimat ini sebetulnya dari clause that subordinate clause, which the woman who wore a unique necklace was my manager. Okay, and then since you know the rules, bahwa untuk active ini kita kemarin sudah bahas tentang present participle, ya sudah. Ini kita ganti tidak tidak wore, berarti menjadi wearing. Karena kebetulan the woman ini adalah wearing. She was wearing a unique necklace. Seperti itu. Oke. Sementara untuk pasif, the necklace, ini kan dari kata the necklace which was worn atau that was worn. Ini mestinya tidak worn, tapi adalah worn. Kenapa? Karena ini pasif. Oke. So that's the important thing about reduced adjective clause. Jadi hari ini sebetulnya termasuk kita cuma merangkum all the lessons that you have learned before. Jadi kalau sebelumnya kita membahas problems in the TOEFL test, now you will find the answer. Today you will find the answer. Kenapa itu salah dan bagaimana kita membetulkannya. How ya reduce adjective clause. Jadi nanti kita balik dalam TOEFL test. Masalahnya apa? Ya, this will be the problem. This will be the problem. So the one that you already discussed ini adalah masalah dalam TOEFL test. These are the problems. And the solution, reduce adjective clause. Okay. So the idea is by knowing how to reduce adjective clause, you will be able to find problems from the previous strategies, the previous problems that we have in the TOEFL test. Jadi ini cuma menyimpulkan apa yang sudah sebelumnya kita bahas. Itu aja kok. So, hanya istilahnya saja mungkin yang reduced adjective clause yang kesannya membingungkan. Padahal this is the answer when you want to find that. Why? Kenapa double verbnya salah? Bagaimana supaya betul? Kenapa kita harus menggunakan present participle? Bedanya apa dengan past participle? Ya ini, karena kita kadang harus mereduce. Kenapa kita harus mereduce? Karena lebih efektif. Okay, so that's in the reduce adjective clause. But remember, these are the connectors that can be omitted only. Bukan yang lainnya. So that's for reduced adjective clause. Do you have any questions?
Sir, saya mau
Sir,
bertanya.
Yes, okay. Let's see. Winda first. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
For number 4, sir.
Yeah.
Itu sebenarnya the woman which was wearing atau bagaimana, sir, sebenarnya?
Okay, good. This is actually the what is it? The answer is like this. Kalau saya kasih the woman was wearing a unique necklace, ini kan buat kalian mudah. Dalam arti membetulkannya, oh berarti wasnya tinggal dibuang karena ada 2 was di sini. Right? Makanya ini saya kasih wore. Kenapa? Ya TOEFL seperti itu. Karena mereka tahu kita akan sulit. Ini wore itu sebetulnya dari kata apa? Right? Okay. Hanya yang sudah hafal irregular verbs yang akan tahu bahwa wore itu dari kata wear, karena ini present berarti kita harus ubah menjadi wearing. Something like that. Okay, ini it's a matter of what is it? The construction that I think you will find more trouble to identify. Itu aja kok. Saya cuma ini cuma masalah tingkat kesulitan yang saya berikan ke kalian. Jadi kalau pakai the woman was wearing, automatically itu akan mudah. Tinggal dibuang wasnya yang you already know. The woman wearing a unique necklace. Karena kan kalian sudah belajar double verb dan sudah tahu kalau was itu verb, and di sini ada was lagi. Right? Itu aja kok. That's it. Bukan yang lain. Good. Anyone else?
Oke, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Apa lagi?
Sir?
Sir,
Okay.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Okay. This is too many. Okay. I cannot see. Who is asking? Please mention your name. I want to know. You didn't play the video. Aziza. Okay, Aziza. You have any question?
Sir, saya mau nanya nomor 4 juga.
Mhm.
Kalau misalnya the woman who is wearing a unique necklace, maksud saya gini, sir, setelah konektornya itu dia nggak sama gitu, tensesnya gitu, sir. Bisa, sir.
Oh,
Misalnya the woman who wore a unique necklace is my manager, bisa, sir.
okay. Depending on what. Kalau kita bicara tenses like this, the woman tadi misalnya adalah who is wearing a unique necklace was my manager. Itu artinya kita bicara dan kita melihat seorang wanita yang sedang mengenakan kalung yang unik. Was my manager itu artinya apa? Dulu dia pernah menjadi manajer saya. Kalimatnya benar, nggak masalah. Jadi kalau if you say the woman who was wearing a unique necklace was my manager, itu betul. Sebaliknya, ketika kita bilang the woman who was wearing a unique necklace is my manager, berarti perempuannya tidak ada di situ. Mungkin kita ketemu perempuannya waktu itu, mungkin tadi malam ketika ada pesta, ada resepsi, ada buka puasa bersama misalnya, kemudian ada yang perempuan pakai unique necklace, tiba-tiba teman kita nanya, itu yang tadi malam who was wearing a unique necklace itu siapa ya? Oh, she's my manager. Jadi bisa. If we talk about
Soalnya contoh-contohnya itu kayaknya setara semua gitu, sir. Setara
Yes.
semua kayak ini was manager. Jadi saya kira memang harus begitu gitu, sir.
No, jadi
Oh,
ini I give you this example karena saya mengacu ke rumus dari TOEFL. Kalau ini past tense, ya ini past tense. Hanya untuk mempermudah. Oke, jadi kalau kita bicara
sir.
the meaning, ya kita bisa kok. Kita past tense, present,
Thank you, sir.
present, past tense. Oke, good. Any other?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Rizal.
Rizal, sir. Ya, ya. Ya. Begini, sir. Tadi di tugas itu kan ada soal yang ini pilihannya option 1, option 2,
Oh iya,
option 3.
sorry. I forgot to erase. Itu mestinya tidak ada. Oke, thank you. Oke.
Bagaimana tentang itu?
No. It's my mistake. It's my mistake. Karena itu lupa saya hapus.
Oh,
Oke, no, don't
berarti
worry.
bonus lah itu. Lanjut ini,
Oke.
Mister.
Oke.
Setiap kalimat atau structure yang ada di ini English, kira-kira sampai berapa kali perubahan dalam sebuah kalimat, tetapi dengan arti yang sama misalnya.
Oke, good.
Misalnya seperti yang teman-teman ambil contoh yang number 4,
Oke.
the woman wearing. Kira-kira kalau kita bolak-balik sampai berapa sentence yang benar ketika
Oke,
kita merubah kalimat itu. Ya,
Good.
thank you.
Okay. But before we I answer, I think we don't have enough time. Jadi ini akan saya end dulu sessionnya, and then saya akan buka lagi langsung ya. Jadi langsung get connected. Okay? Is that clear? Okay, we only have only 1 more minute. Okay. So nanti pasti automatically ditutup sama force close. I will open again after this. Okay. So you use the same invitation code karena I use only one invitation code.